Greetings, scale modelers, and welcome back to another quick and dirty model building review. Today's episode, I will be reviewing the Hasegawa 72 scale F-14 Tomcat in the low visibility livery paint scheme. And this aircraft was made famous in a couple of American movies. The Final Countdown, where they were ordered to take down a marauding Japanese Zero, and the movie, of course, Top Gun, with Tom Cruise, Goose, Maverick, Iceman, you know, the whole gang. Let's take a look at this thing. Here are some of the sub-assemblies and parts trees of the F-14 Tomcat. There are 90 parts total, and Hasegawa includes an image of the parts trees on the instruction sheet, and it does shade out parts that are included in the kit that are not intended to be built with the kit. So that can be helpful and save you a little bit of confusion. And the instruction steps are spelled out nicely on the instruction sheet, but here's a problem that I came up with. Let's call it an issue, or they could have done this differently. There are two different shades of light gray, and they don't really help you out with that. They give you two different paint numbers for two different for light gray, so that's very confusing. And there is also a color 327 that is mentioned numerous times throughout the instruction sheet, and it is nowhere in the paint color legend right here in the middle of the instruction sheet. So paint color 327 remains a mystery to this moment right now. So there are noticeable mistakes on the instruction sheet, but I'm just using light gray and dark gray, and I'm looking up Tomcats on the internet to guide my way through that. So just a couple of things I pointed out about the instructions. No big deal, but there are mistakes on the sheet. So I'm just following the contours of the wheel hubs. And this is good quality masking tape. I buy mine from HobbyLink, and whatever they charge, I pay, because this stuff is generally it costs more, but it's a better value than cheap masking tape. That's the best way I can put it. It's worth the extra money because, oh, let's take a look here. Pull that off. Look at those wheel hubs. That's some mighty fine masking. This detail brush is so fine, I feel like I'm painting the side of the Empire State Building with the tip of a fucking toothpick. I want to illustrate how the wings are intended to work on this. The wings have holes that go onto poles on each side, and then there are the cams interact with each other, so, you know, in a gear motion, so that both of the wings sweep at the same time. So that'll let you do the low speed and the high speed wing configurations however you want your model to look. Got a lot of bomb racks, missile racks, ordnance racks, and fuel tanks. There's two fuel tanks come with the F-14 kit, and I got to open holes for all of these, and away we go. With the aircraft models, the wings can often be a fit issue, but I just glued these together a half hour ago, 45 minutes ago, and the fit on these is terrific. Other Hasegawa US Navy jets that I built, I hand painted the ordnance, and I did the different colored striped bands on the sidewinders and what have you. And this kit includes decals for the colored bands. So I'm looking forward to these phoenixes and sidewinders and whatever the heck that, I think sparrows. But there's 3 different missile types here, and there are decals for all of them, and that's going to look pretty damn sharp. You The tail cone exhaust, that's not a terribly tight fit, so I don't think that's going to do much in the way of structural strength. We'll find out. But there's Goose and Maverick right there, and I did get a good quantity all the way around the nose section there, so hopefully the top and the bottom get a little bit of extra bonding. And these clips are just famous for popping off every excuse they get. So I mean, they might not even be made for scale models, but that's what I'm using them for. So if you see these, I don't necessarily recommend them, but I still use them just because I haven't found anything better. It is now time for Canopy Corner. How did the canopy turn out? Put some masking tape underneath to keep the underside from catching paint. Oh my gosh, it's a masterpiece. The Tomcat canopy is quite straightforward, and something new that I want to try. I've built about 3 or 4 Navy jets before taking on this Tomcat, and one thing that I am going to try to do is I'm going to look up online to see what Tomcat cockpits look like, because I think I want to try to do a transparent color tint for that front oval window, because those jets usually have a tinted front window to protect the pilot from, you know, sunlight. So that's one detail that I think I'm going to try in the Tomcat and see how well I can pull it off, just because it's something new I haven't tried yet. I got a few hunks of lead into the nose. The instructions specify 5 grams to you know, keep it on its wheels. So I think I'm going to hope for the best with what I've got. And it is shaped clearly enough that I'm not going to get it upside down, and I've done that before on other jet models. Okay, so we got the fuselage top and bottom together, the nose is on there. The next step is going to be getting all that ordnance and the landing gear doors mounted underneath. The bomb racks on Navy jets always give me a hard time. So what I'm dealing with right here really isn't extraordinary. It's par for the course. And I haven't dealt with Phoenix missiles before, but these go along the center line, so those are okay. But the wing racks with the I've done a Hasegawa Crusader and a A4 and on this one, and so what I'm dealing with here is pretty typical. So I usually have to set up some kind of weights to get the things to work out. And the way the missile racks are with the Tomcat, they just barely curl around the landing gear doors. It's a real tight fit. So for as complicated as this is, it is coming together fairly well. But it's not easy, and it doesn't happen on the first try. So no surprises there. And no complaints. It just takes a few tries. Hasegawa gets an A+ for the landing gear doors. I was dreading this part because the F-14, a little bit on the complicated side, but the fit and the way that these are going in and you know, balancing without me having to do any fancy rigging, I'm really happy about that. So doing the landing gear has been easy and pleasant. The horizontal stabilizers have 2 pins, which helps with the placement, but there is a loose fit. So when you're gluing, Tester's bottles make a perfect drying stand to make sure that they dry up at a good level and matched even height. There is one minor issue with the vertical stabs. They don't mirror each other, so you don't get a port and a starboard vertical stab. They give you 2 starboard stabilized. Hasegawa is making it easy for the tailhook stripes. I tried painting a tailhook stripe job by hand, and I just wasn't good at it, and it looked very unrealistic. So I like. I'm getting to the final steps here. I'm doing the tail cone detail where we got to do 2 or 3 different shades of metallic to get that tail cone accurate. All right, so that right there is a fairly good 2-tone exhaust nozzle paint. Have you ever been doing your decals and you laid the decal sheet down and you didn't know there was a wet spot and then you totally dicked over your whole decal sheet? Here's something that I do that may help you. I need this decal right here, so I'm going to cut it away from the rest of the decal sheet. And then I'm putting the rest of the decal sheet in a spot that I know is dry. And so if I lay this down on a wet spot, it doesn't matter. Maybe that can help you. Quick tip. Let the record show. For the first time ever, scale modeler Jim Potts successfully put on the rescue handles on a 72 scale jet. Just remember, people, anything in life is possible. You can do it. If I can do this, you can do anything you want to achieve in your life as well. Let this be an inspiration to all. This Hasegawa Tomcat kit, it went together really great. And the high points are the bomb racks. The overall parts fit were good. You know, a couple of critiques. The canopy fit, not real great. Also, too, the vertical stabilizers were identical instead of mirroring one another. So it's like you got 2 right vertical stabs, and so, you know, that part didn't add up very well. But also, too, other high points include the decals. They went together. You soak them for about 30 seconds and they're ready to work. And they included very detailed decals for the missiles. So these are the best looking missiles I've ever put together with the Hasegawa. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You know, from the 70s of the jets, my favorite is the F-15, but the F-15 looks anorexic compared to the Tomcat. The F-15 stayed home and ate carrot sticks and might have had bulimia, and it got the job done and it worked really hard. But this thing, it's voluptuous, it's sexy, it's got curves in all the right places. So, you know, it's a toss-up. Usually the F-15 is my favorite, but this thing really won me over. It's a great looking model, it was fun to build, and this has been another quick and dirty model building review. Thanks for watching.